I have this book on my coffee table, and it's a book of intranslatable German words. Words that exist in German that, because of the mechanics of German, you can create new words pretty easily by just like smushing certain words together, and it just somehow works. There is a word for the temptation or the desire to, if you're driving behind somebody and they do something of which you disapprove, and then to go into the left lane and to speed up and then look at them. That's a different homily, though. The word that I give to you today is the word Treppenvitz. It literally means a stair joke, like stairs in a building. And this word points to the phenomenon of, after you have this interaction, this either quick interaction or a conversation with your boss or a big hubbub event or whatever it is, then later you think of the thing that you should have said as you're walking down the stairs to your next thing. And you're like, if only I would have said that. Then I could have skewered them. Then I could have whatever it is. Treppenvitz. I bring this up because it's a phenomenon that I think most of us who survived American middle school have at one point or another. It's both a defensive and an offensive mechanism. Because we live in a world of scarcity of physical resources, and then when not enough of the world acts with Christian values, then we also live in a world of scarcity of emotional resources. And then whenever we become hurt or we become fearful, then we have more heated conversations where clearly there's a pecking order of some sort, or a winner or a loser, or something of that nature. And then whenever we go to a gala, or a party, or a block party, or a 3-year-old birthday, some of us can get very worked up if we're wearing the right thing. Who else is going to be there? And our peace can just totally dissipate from us. Insert now the first reading. My child, conduct your affairs with humility, and you will be loved more than a giver of gifts. Humility is not self-deprecation. You'll actually hear a bunch of people who, in reaction to people who are prideful or self-aggrandizing, they'll say, I demonstrably don't want to be that way. So therefore, the humility to which I will aim in my life is I'll just start saying bad characteristics about myself. Or say, gosh, well, I'm ADHD, I'm OCD, I'm Italian. And then you just start throwing somebody under the bus, or yourself. Most of us do this. My friends, humility is one of the most freeing aspects within the human person. Humility is not self-deprecation. Humus, which doesn't mean hummus, means earth, ground. And to be humble means to be rooted, to not be too lofty. And then if one is rooted, then one can withstand blowing winds. One can withstand the weight of April snow. One can withstand even harsh sun with a decent amount of no rain. If one is rooted, then one is stable. If you are humble, then you don't need to play the game of what I should have said. If you are humble, then you don't need to play the game of next time I will come out of the conversation with this outcome or that outcome. Pre-planning or fear or comparison just are not needed. It's not that they're bad. It's just about as useful as Ethiopian coinage at King Soopers. My friends, humility is one of the most freeing things in the world. Because then when others insult you, or speak about you, or you perceive that they do, then your attention can be placed on the things that matter most. The mission that God has given to you, what he's asking you to do. My child, conduct your affairs with humility, and you will be loved more than a giver of gifts. Humble yourself the more, the greater you are. When you have the security that humility gives, then you become emotionally safe. Because it means that you don't need to get what you feel like you deserve. It means that your sense of justice is not rooted in what you think other people owe you. And then knowing, rationally speaking, that most people are not going to give you what you think that they owe you. That's when the Treppenvitz comes in. Next time, I need to overpower or supplant or gain control in such a way that I am heard, that I am given my due. And it never happens. Humility, rather, allows you to be rooted in your goodness. The reason humility is not self-deprecation is because you were made very good. And humility is the willingness to live out of it. So if, for example, you have some gift, some skill, some hobby that can be put at the service of the community, the humble thing is not to hide it, but rather to share it. If when you do share it and other people come up to you and say thank you, the humble thing is not to say, oh gosh, it was all God. God does plenty of things. He actually allows us to share in his goodness. The humble are also able to receive affirmation. The humble are able to receive a sense of connectedness. The humble are able and willing to make a mistake or to risk making a mistake in public. The humble are also willing to admit making a mistake in public. Humility, however, is so elusive. Humility is so hard to just manufacture and make happen. 2 last thoughts for you. Often enough, a parent will come in to the confessional or seeking spiritual counsel and say, I have this anger issue, or I have this control freak issue, or I'm an awesome parent, but when it comes time to packing the car for the family road trip, I just go into insane mode. Generally, when you and I live in family life, we know each other's sins anyways. Any sin brought into family life can be rectified not by eliminating the sin, wherein it's public, but by admitting it. mom and dad or whoever you are with your family members, if your family knows that you're hot-headed, what would it take for you at some point in the future to do an apology at the dinner table? To grow in enough humility to say, kids, you know that I do this thing, and I would like to ask for your forgiveness. What that does is it teaches the children of the family that the family is an okay place to show up insufficient. It's an okay place to show up in need. It's an okay place to show up as a sinner. It's a safe place to receive mercy. And when a child grows up believing that the family is a safe place to receive mercy, then the child doesn't live with should-haves, would-haves, and could-haves. These trifecta of the anti-Trinity that gives way to Treppenvitz, this what I should have said for me to get the outcome I want, for me to be the person that I want to be, because I'm not okay with the person I am. Humility. Ask Jesus for it. Praised be Jesus Christ.